Halloween Scream.
My name is Jessica, but everyone calls me Jessie. I want to tell you about my exciting and scary Halloween adventure. I went trick-or-treating with my older brother Dan. It was our first time trick-or-treating without our parents. I love Halloween. I think it is fun going house to house asking for candy. But this year, I couldn't think of anything to be. My friend was going as a princess, and my brother was going as a pirate. But I had no idea what I should be. It was about 3 days before Halloween, and my brother and I were carving jack-o'-lanterns. I still didn't have any costume ideas. I knew what I didn't want to be. I didn't want to be a nurse like last year. My mother came in to check on us.
Your jack-o'-lanterns look very mean and scary this year.
Yeah, mean and scary. I'd go as a jack-o'-lantern if there was a pumpkin big enough.
You don't need a giant pumpkin to become a jack-o'-lantern. You just need some orange and black cloth, a few coat hangers, and some imagination. We can buy all the stuff we need at the mall.
The next day after school, I went home wondering how Mom was going to turn all that stuff into a jack-o'-lantern. To my surprise, she had done it. It looked just like a jack-o'-lantern.
Try it on. It should fit.
The costume fit perfectly. I was very excited. I now had an interesting costume for Halloween. On Halloween night, my brother and I ate dinner very fast, and then got into our costumes. My mother helped me put orange body paint on my face and arms to blend with the rest of my costume.
Stick around the neighborhood. Don't go too far. And then, take good care of your sister.
We went trick-or-treating with my friend Susie and Dan's friend Tom. In no time at all, our bags were heavy with candy. On the way home, Tom, who was dressed as a space alien, suggested we go to the graveyard. Susie and I didn't want to go, but Dan and Tom did. We didn't want to walk home alone, so we went with them. Near the cemetery gate, there was a big old oak tree that had been toilet papered. That is, rolls of toilet paper had been thrown into the branches of the trees. White streams of paper slowly waved in the breeze. It made the tree look like some huge monster stretching out its arms to capture us. Suddenly, as we approached the cemetery, eggs began exploding all around us. I got hit on the leg with an egg, but Tom, my brother's friend, was hit in the head and had egg dripping from his antenna. We heard the sound of some older boys laughing in the distance. When they stopped laughing, one of the older boys asked,
"So did you come to see the tombstone with red glowing eyes?" "What? There's no tombstone with red glowing eyes." "Yes, there is, if you are brave enough to take a look."
We didn't want to go, but Tom and Dan did, so once again we had no choice but to follow. One of the two older boys stood next to a tombstone and began talking to it.
"We have brought you tasty children to eat. They are plump and juicy."
The older boy was waving his arms as if to summon the dead.
Awaken!
Suddenly, 2 glowing red eyes appeared on the tombstone.
Grab the children before they get away! Yes, we mustn't disappoint our master.
We ran for our lives. I almost fell several times because jack-o'-lanterns can't run very fast. I never noticed the trail of candy that we were leaving behind. It was falling out of our bags. When I got home, I told my parents about what had happened in the cemetery. My father laughed a little and said,
"So, they're still playing that old trick. I remember doing that when I was in high school. Did the boys say the man was going to eat you up?"
My brother and I nodded.
Well, it's not real. It's just a trick. The 2 eyes are really just a reflection from the stoplight. Do you remember if one of the boys coughed or whistled?
My brother and I thought for a moment, and my brother said,
One of them coughed.
He was telling his friend that the light was about to change. I bet the boy said something like, "Awaken!" Yes, I scared children in the cemetery once. Halloween isn't fun if it isn't a little bit scary.
Dan and I were still a little scared, but we agreed. Halloween isn't Halloween if you don't get a chance to scream.